Hey everyone, I'm Jackster. I am the editor-in-chief of the content division here at NGS, and I thought I'd put together a quick video to give people a bit of a tutorial around how to use Stats of the Storm, which is a resource that Falindrith has created to make it a lot easier to scout enemy teams and to track performance among you and your teams. So I thought I'd walk you through this. I've done a tutorial on this before, but a couple things have changed, and I thought I'd give an updated preview for people who haven't used it in the past. So here it is. So starting off, Stats to the Storm is an application that you download from the internet. Falindrith has created it, and then you can pair the application with a database of relevant Heroes of the Storm games, and then you can use a parser that he has created to go through them and analyze them to your heart's content. So I'll show you how to do this. So first thing you're going to want to do is going to the NGS Discord, and you can go to the community plugs text channel, go up to the pinned messages, and Falindrith has a great starting post here to describe how to get started, but I thought I'd go a little bit more in depth. I will also include these links below the video, so you don't necessarily have to do this. Click on the second link, and you can see that the most recent patch is 2.5.7, and you can download here the .exe file, and you can also download the Maxit file if you are on a Macintosh. But I'm on a PC, so we're going to click on the exe. We're going to save the file. It will save into our downloads, and once it does, we can open it and go to more info, run anyways. We trust Falindrith. He's not going to install viruses, I hope. Okay. And here it is. So this is the parser, and it's pretty bare right now, but that's because we haven't paired it with a database. So let's go do that. So we're going to want to go to one of the other links that that Falindrith has graciously provided. So you can look at past data, but as of right now, we're going to be focusing on how to pair it with NGS Season 6 data, because I think that's probably what most people are going to be interested in. And because that a great new feature that Falindrith has created that we didn't have access to in previous seasons is an automatic updater. So prior to this, you had to re-download the database files if you wanted the most up-to-date statistics, which was a bit of a pain, but thankfully Falindrith has created a automatic syndication service that will bring the most up-to-date data, and we will learn how to pair that. So in pins again, you can click on this link. It will take you to another post, and it goes through the in-depth information. I will walk you through it. Essentially, what you're going to want to do is back in Stats of the Storm. You're going to want to go up to the top left, go to Settings. So what you're going to want to do to get the most up-to-date statistics is you're going to want to go to Database and go to Download. And right here, you're going to want to copy the link that Falindrith has provided right here. I will also include this link below. So you copy this link, paste it here, and it will extract, pull them all down. This will clear the prior databases that you have had. So if you have a Heroes Lounge or an HGC database, it will replace this. It won't get rid of it on your computer, but it will just replace what it's pulled from. So now we can see that we have some games, and these are sorted by most recent that have played. So we can see here Probius Victory versus Luciodology. So this is the general format of how you're going to be wanting to interact on a match level, and you can hover over heroes to see who played what. You can see the bans. If you want to go for some in-depth statistics, you can click on the games. It'll load up a second screen where you can see much more in-depth details. You can look at what talents were taken, very in-detailed stats, XP breakdown graphs. Falindrith has put a lot of work into making this, and he really deserves our thanks for that. So moving on from that, we can look at individual matches, but it's not necessarily that useful when we want to look at maybe individual teams or individual players or individual divisions. So firstly, the way you can narrow it down is go up to the top right, go to collection, and you can sort here by divisions. So you can sort by specific divisions, you can sort by specific sides. So say we want to look at heroic division. We would go to the collection, select Heroic Division, and now we have much less games. So you see 16 total. So we can see all of the games that have been played so far, and we can look at these individual like what we did. But what we can also do is we can sort it by a filter. So we can sort by, say, we want to see games that were played on Cursed Hollow. Search. No games have been played so far on Cursed Hollow. Let's go for Infernal Shrines. They probably have a lot of games on Infernal Shrines. Yes. So three games have been played on Infernal Shrines. We can also search for, we can also pair these, so we can do multiple ones. But say, let's go for all of, let's go for all of Celeb Gaming's. They've played 4 games so far. They've won every single one. Another thing that we can do is we can search for individual players. So what we can do is go up to the top left, go to player details, and remembering what collection that you are in, because you won't be able to, this is narrowing the search field. So if you try and search for players that are not in the search view, then it won't show up. So a player like Met will be here because that is a proactive, so we can see games showing up. But if we type in something like Mongoose, even though it shows that he is a player, he is on B West, as we can see up here. So because we have the collections at Heroic Division, he's not going to show up necessarily. But going back to Met, we can see detailed statistics about what heroes he likes to play. So we can see here he is a ranged carry, ranged mage carry. We can see his win rates with heroes. We can see it against other heroes as well. That he has not lost a game so far, though, with Celeb Gaming. So we can look at things like detailed hero stats. So we can see takedowns, kills, assists, deaths, KDA, the very standard ones, but we can also see more nuanced ones as siege damage, damage per death, damage per minute, these individual statistics that maybe you'll find some particular uses in. Now, say you might not want to look at his particular player, but a particular team and their stats. So we also have Falindrith has also created a way for you to do that as well. So we can go up to the top left and go to team details, and much the same way that we did with players, we can search for teams. So let's look for Moto. I bring up Moto, and we can see all of the heroes that they play, their win rates, their pick rates, their hero damage. These are the broad statistics, but then we can go into even more detail. We can see what bans they predict. So they've banned Ana 3 times, Maya 3 times, Diablo 2 times. We can look at their roster. We can sort by games played. So we can see that Savo is their support player, Roger is their ranged carry, Hedgie is their flex, King Dingo is their main tank, and it looks like Kubiko and Zunicorn are substitutes. One other thing that is interesting is the compare feature. So I'm particularly new to this, so I might not get it quite right, but you can compare different teams and their performances. So let's compare Moto with CGL White. So as we can see, the record of Moto is better than CGL White, and it has a higher takedown rate. And then we can scroll down to here and we can see how specific heroes deal between different teams. There's a lot of really fun and interesting statistics that you can pull from this that just go way beyond what you would be normally able to figure out through watching the game. So it really is a great resource for teams and for captains in particular to utilize. And it does give a bit of a competitive advantage if you're able to utilize it effectively. So there's a bunch more things that you can do. You can look at individual battlegrounds. You can look at heroes. You can look at other players. You can look at comparing matches. And I won't get all into that. You can dive more into it when you download it yourself and play around with it. It is quite enjoyable to mess around with and look at different statistics. But I hope this tutorial helped get people situated. I know it's a bit of a learning curve to get it downloaded, get it all set up in the parser and everything. But once you do it, it really is rewarding. So thanks for watching the video. I hope this helped. See you next time.